365 differed so drastically from set designs we have in the past. I think the specific challenges for the designer were things like collaborating with 3 different shows and seeing what sort of world 3 different directors wanted to create. I started working on the show and researching props and researching what's going to be in the room like 2 weeks before winter quarters started. That's about a month before anyone really starts working on the show, which is really, that's how a scenic designer works anyway. They're working way before anyone else is like thinking about it, way before any designers are thinking about it. But definitely the directors are thinking about it. I know, at least for this show, they thought about it like a year in advance, and they've been working on it for a long time, for sure. So I guess to acquire props, I've kind of learned that it's a mix between seeing what you have and seeing what other people have, and then seeing what you need to buy. And usually you don't really want to buy a lot of stuff, but it always ends up that you have to buy something. There's literally always just one prop in the show where you're like, where am I going to find this? And you just have to tackle that first and then go from there. It's always best to do the hardest stuff first and then like get to the easiest, in my opinion, for props at least. This really isn't the worst show I've ever done. It's simply because the set is literally just trash. So mostly of what I find is kind of acceptable. But at this point in the process, I would totally say that is kind of done, since now we're building the set behind us. It's kind of too late to make decisions. All the students cut all the wood. They'd like do, I don't even know what it's called. They do all the stapling, they do all the connecting, they do all the stuff that you need to do to make a set, which I say stuff and I don't know, you think it's like a 30-minute process, but really when I say stuff, it's like 2 weeks of intense building of things I could not even imagine doing. Super talented students. I can't even believe sometimes that it's just like kids aged 18 to 22 making these awesome creations, you know? I would say if you want to see a show that is just kind of like nothing you're gonna see of what you expect theater to be, then you should probably come to the show. And also, theater around town is so expensive, and this is $5. It's so cheap, and it's totally worth it, especially because I think the design and the plays and basically the whole concept is sort of set for a modern audience, and one that I think is totally receptive to college students especially.